Hello, Aku here again. Welcome back to Resonant Rise 3. I'm on the server on my own at the minute. It's a bit quiet. Just been doing a little bit of testing. We've been having some issues on the server. We've been having a bit of timeouts and stuff. And we've just done a little bit of testing. Dave saved the world and then tried it without Ars Magica in. And it seems to be a lot better. So it seems that Ars Magica is causing us problems. So we may be dropping it. I think we're going to be dropping it out of the pack. That's an option anyway if you're playing Resonant Rise and if you're playing the mainland. Like what we're basically on mainland plus Project T and Ars Magica and DecoCraft, I believe. So I think that Ars Magica will be coming out because it's causing people issues. Ars Magica in its 1.7.10 state is not quite finished, I don't think. Anyway, I'm starting down here. I actually did a bit of recording the night before last, before I recorded my last Direwolf episode, and like a noob, at Christmas I got a mobile phone. I've not had a mobile phone for quite a few years. It's not that I don't like phones, I don't like all the other shit that comes with them, you know, like the fact that people don't have conversations anymore, they just look at the phone, and you see people in restaurants, like couples both sat there looking down at the phone. Anyway, I've not really had a phone for years, but my MP3 player broke about a month ago. So rather than just buy a standalone MP3 player, I've had an iPod Classic since about 8 years, and it finally broke. And it's the only Apple products I've ever had, and I don't like Apple. So I don't know why I had an iPod. I think there was nothing else out when I got it. Anyway, I'm getting all off track. I've got a phone anyway, and I've recorded quite a bit of the night, and I had my phone on my desk quite near me, and it just gives a load of feedback. So I had to put in about 20 minutes of footage. In that footage, I made this advanced node stabilizer. That's the story was going somewhere. I made this advanced node stabilizer using the infusion crafting thing, and it all works perfect, even though that's a dangerous one. There was no hassle, so it looks like maybe I've got enough candles and stuff around there for the time being. And what I've started to do is, as you can see there, I got a node and I've started bringing other nodes to it using the teleposers. And at the minute, I noticed the air was the lowest, so I thought I'd bring a pure air across. But I've been bringing like ones that I've got two, 3 or 4 primals that have been found around the world. If you look at my map, I've got loads of nodes marked around the world. Like there we go, look. The 89 air is one I've just taken, so I'll get that off the map. We've got 3 primal, 2 primal, a couple of 3s down there. So I've been dragging all these across and gradually building this node up. I think I want to get them to at least 50 each. I don't know. What do you reckon? By the time this video goes out, I might have already put the transducer on that. I'm going to make the transducer in a minute anyway. I haven't actually made the transducer yet. This is changed a bit since you last saw it. So what I've got is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these alchemical furnaces. At some point I may wire things into these to automate putting things into these. I'm not sure as yet, to be honest. I can just put things in manually. This is much for aesthetic as it is for purpose as well. So I've only got the import buses on the back of the bottom ones because it never gets stuff in the top ones, so that's okay. There was an issue. If I turn this on, there's no point because my E system upstairs is turned off. But of course, the storage cells only hold 12 different types of essentia. So because we've got forbidden magic as well, I think there's well over 60, 40. I think there's 48 standard. There's maybe between 55 and 60. So I'm going to need an ME drive full of them, really. So before I can actually just do a truck and everything in there. And I'm going to want some kind of drain for stuff that I don't want as well. Someone told me, thank you very, very much whoever it was who told me, that I've used them all. I used them all in a crafting recipe. I think that I can also put in, even though that's just got a little vial symbol, you can also put in water jars in there to get water jars in and out at a time as well. So that's very cool. I've just had to make a new vacuum hopper. I'll show you for why. So nothing else has changed in here. Up here, a bit's changed. So first of all, I want you to meet my bitch. There's my bitch. I've got an Eldritch Guardian trapped in a cage up there. It's really noisy. I don't mind the noise most of the time, but it gets on my nerves a bit sometimes. So I have the option here of putting a sound muffler on him, just if I want to shut him up for a bit. But it makes my dock seem quite spooky. So that I spawned a couple of them out of that spawner that I made, and they just cost too much power to spawn. So I decided to make a wisp spawner instead, which I'll show you in just a minute. I've not actually wired that to my main power or anything yet, the wisp spawner, but I've been getting enough aurum. I needed quite a bit of aurum. What broke? I've broken something. There we go. Let's put that back together before he escapes. Might give him a name. I call him Jeff. Shall I name tag him? He was in a jail of safari net, so he won't despawn, but I think name tagging does the same thing, doesn't it? This is working very nicely. I don't know if I've shown you it. In fact, it's working so nicely. Looks like that's full, it is. Let's sort this out. What I've got in here is a real nice basic wool farm. So whenever I take them out, my man in the mirror repairs them all, and I can just chuck them back in. So I actually have to check this once every, like, that was about 3 days ago I think I checked it, and as you see there was only down at about 2/3. So all that does is it just snips his wool whenever he gets it, and the vacuum chest there collects the wool. So I've got a nice, as you can see, quite productive wool farm going on there. Poor guy. Poor guy's never got any wool. So if we jump up here, you'll see where the next bits of changes are. Ooh. And sorry for the blood moon, it's kind of making... Oh, I've got full... Well, I've got too much wool. I have to turn that off for now. I don't want to be expanding barrels yet. I'm trying to go like minimalist with this series, so I'm trying not to expand barrels and stuff like that. Let's just turn you off for now. You can have your wool, Hal. I'll let you keep it for the time being. So I've got loads of wool, which is nice. Never a bad thing. You can go in there for now. So I've expanded my power a little bit. I noticed that my power was sucking quite badly, especially when I tried running the spawner. That's down there, I'll show you in a minute. So actually to do the spawner, I'm just going to, because it's not wired up yet, I've just been manually taking across one of my capacitor banks. I was tempted a minute ago to make another couple of capacitor banks for there and there, but I think I'm going to wait until we update the pack and make the 25 million RF ones. These are the 5 million RF. The newer version of Ender IO as the ones that hold 25 million, the next level up. So I'll save it for that. So all I've done here is I've knocked the next room out, and so I moved my ME network into there. I put that on the lever so I can turn it off, because I noticed it drained my power overnight, just because it was on for no reason. So that's turned on. The blood moon's really messing with the light, so I apologise. In here, what I've done is I've made a few more. I've made 12 more zombie generators. They're all getting fed off that one vat, and this ran out a couple of times. So what I've done is I've got a source of rotten flesh, which is a mob spawner up there, which I'll show you in a minute, which has blown up once already, and I've B-spaced my netherwort barrel. So that's on my list to do, is B-space all my storage block barrels, which we're going to do on camera at some point. But that's so out the bottom of there is piping into there, and out the bottom of that one is piping into there. So that is the rotten flesh and the netherwort. That's my power source. Right, that's that bit done. That's the only one B-space up to now. I've actually changed the farms a bit. I'll show you them as well. Made a little spawner up here. Oh, hello. Ninja cat. Piss off, ninja cat. Are you dead? Come in. I made a little spawner up here, really simple. All it is. That's a bit of an issue, that, isn't it? If the vacuum hopper's the one above, and some light gets in, and 4 of the blocks don't have spawns on, if it's there, then mobs can get down there and they don't die. They do eventually come up like that. But I think that's what caused the issue before. One of them blew up. Why are you dying, guy? Die, god damn it. So all we've got here, a bit of care staff, some fans. They're sat on redstone blocks, so they're always on. 25 care staff, some iron spikes, vacuum hopper, and a chest. And the chest has got an Ender IO conduit that's got some barrels on the wall back in there. And this is because of spiders who's coming up the top, so I'll just put it like that. And then we've got a power conduit. No, we haven't. We've got a redstone conduit going across that light there, so I can turn the light on and off. And I've spawns when the light's off, or no spawns when the light's on. So I've got a little semi-automated mob farm there, just creating me some resources. So And that's just feeding to the back of here. And then what I've got is I've got a barrel there, a trash can there with item filter. These item filters are pretty cool. I didn't know you could do these, but I've seen Direwolf do it last week. You make this little item filter. It's quite cheap to make. Redstone sticks and string. And if you right click it, you can add in what you want to bin. So for now I'm just binning all this kind of stuff. Brewcraft stuff. It's stuff that I might need later on, but I can always not bin it when I need it. So binning all that stuff. And what you can do is you put that into a trash can. The trash can doesn't actually destroy it. It's a special item that the trash can actually take in there. And you can see it tells you what's in it. So all that stuff is coming straight pumped into there. That's just another trash can that's not connected to anything at the minute. And I've got a chest here monitoring. Oh, look at that, nice. I've got a chest here monitoring what's coming in to the system. Do I want to keep creeper heads? I guess I do. So I guess that this barrel's now creeper heads. Cool, an extra couple of hearts. I can start making yellow ones. Now, I've actually got one yellow heart, as you can see in my bar there. I've got my full 10, I've got one yellow. So I need to make more red heart canisters for the yellows, and then I need to get yellows, so I'll be fighting some withers soon. Because I want to upgrade my altar to a tier 5. So yeah, that's the stuff that's coming in there. Glowstone dust, that's important as well, ain't it, for witches. And I have run out of chests, or I've drum barrels already. You'll just stay there for now. Right, let's get on with actually making something. I am going to... I have one more thing to show you. Crates. It's another one of the episodes where all I'll do is talk about stuff I've done off camera. I apologise. Put some power down there. And turn that lever on. What we've got in there. Similar setup to what's downstairs. Is we've got some fans over there, but this time I've got it so I can turn them off with redstone. So the redstone there turns the fans off and the spawner. So I don't actually need any more. This at the minute, and I've just got a little carpet block garage door there. So I've got a power spawner here. If you look in this, it shows you how much power it takes to spawn. So it's like 1500 to spawn wisps. I believe that's right. And what I've got down here is a vacuum chest. So the wisps get blown against the spikes. The vacuum chest sucks up the ethereal essence because I needed. Pressing U and R can be quite dangerous at the minute as well because there's certain things in like this that shows you about drops. Anyway, I needed the aspect, the Aurum aspect, for making the node stabilizer, I believe. Yeah, that was it. I needed 32 of the node stabilizer, and of course I need it for crafting these things as well. So that's what I needed wisps for. Right, look at this. I've got void stuff. I've got void boots that I've enchanted because these guys, there's void robes but there's no void robe boots, if you know what I mean. So you just wear the void armor boots, so I've enchanted them. These leggings, helmet and chest are going to go into making the upgraded version. Well then, that saved me right for pressing U. If you press U on certain recipes at the minute, it's crashing us, and it crashed me out and the login servers were down, so I've been out about maybe half an hour, and now I'm back, and I've actually got all the stuff here ready to crack on with making our void armor, our void robes, that can go back in there. So, void robes, we need Alienis, Metallum, Panis, Precantatio. The helmet needs Census, Tutment and Vacuous. The other two don't need Census, but they need all the same as the rest. So what I've just done is I've just stocked up with all that stuff in here. So we need about 60 at the most of each. So we've got Alienis in there. That's something I don't know there. That's interesting. We've got Panis. We've got Tutment. Tutment, I put a stack of lead in there because I don't have anything else at the minute. I've not got much leather at the minute, which is a bit of a shame really, but I had about 6 stacks of lead. You don't use lead for a lot of stuff, do you? So I chucked a stack of lead in there. Census, I used to use a floral dye. Panis, wool. And what else did I mention? Is that everything that we need? Vacuous, wooden balls. So we've got everything we need to go. So this is a high instability one. Well, I've done a dangerous instability one, which I think is worse. So I'm just going to go ahead. And I'll do this first. I'll start the first one on camera, and then I'll do the rest off camera because it's not exactly interesting, is it, watching this? Now, where do I put the armour? There's a question. Do I put it back on its rack? I have. Silly me. Oh, I didn't actually want to swap it, but son of a bitch. Failing. Always failing. That's what I do. Now this stuff, by the way, once we've enchanted it, we can take it a step further, I believe, and we can add runic shield into it as well, because it's a Thaumaturge one. So it starts with 1 Salis Mundus, then 2, then 3, then 4 and 5. So we can put 5 levels of runic shielding on it, I think. So that's something I've never done before, so I have to get on with that. I also need to make the iris from runic stuff. I've never done any runic stuff actually, and that'll probably be my next thing. I'll do that off camera and I'll show you the results. So helmet goes in the middle. 4 wool, 1, not wool, enchanted cloth, of course. And each one of these needs a Salis Mundus, which is of course a cooked balance shard. I just made 32 balance shards using the alchemical construct thing over here. So I put a full jar of each primal apart from the blue one, aqua. Put a full jar and then I put 32 aqua shards in there. I've got 32 balance shards. Nice and easy. Even if you don't do anything like the Thaumic Energistics stuff, I would highly recommend you sort out alchemical construct stuff for your crucible needs, because it's so much easier than chucking stuff in the crucible. It really is. Right then. There you go. That's the first time you've seen it on camera, isn't it? That's the first time you've seen the Thaumic Energistics infusion provider on camera. So that's pulling stuff from the system very nicely. So that's like 2 to 1 it's pulling in at the minute. And it was either 2 to 1 or census. You see they've gone down. Right then, this is a bit slow and a bit boring. So I'll cut this, I'll get all these made, and I'll come back after they're enchanted. There we go. I don't know, I think enchanting maybe takes something away from this armour a little bit. With it being shiny, I have put a redstone block under there so I can just switch that at a press now. So there we go. How do I look? I look badass is how I look. Look at that. Ooh. So one of the real cool things I like about this is that you've got a Thaumaturge and a scroll on your back, and you've also got a little magic pouch, which I think is the thingy pouch, isn't it? The one for what's it called? That guy. Focus pouch. Is it that? I think it is, isn't it? Focus pouch on your waist there. Very cool. And I don't know if I've got the right wings for it. I maybe need gold wings. I'm like an angel of death. Ooh. Right, so I've enchanted this. I've enchanted the balls out of it, to be honest. Now, we might have an issue with Soulbound. I'm saying I think we're going to pull Ars Magica 2 out of the pack. Well, Soulbound is from 2 places. It's from either Ars Magica or it's from Ender.io. So I noticed earlier when we tried a version of the server, myself, Dave and Coyanti, tried a version of the server without, I won't say what them guys in a minute, without Ars Magica, and Dave destroyed my base with TNT because he likes destroying my base. I think my base is pretty, so he thinks my base is pretty, so he enjoyed destroying it. He blew all my base to shit with TNT to try and see if I timed out. There was a reason behind it, but I think he enjoyed it a bit too much. And when I died, because the TNT let this guy out and I was not ready for him and he killed me, when I died, I respawned. My Terror Blade was gone, and that's got Soulbound on. My Bow of Bone was still with me, and that's got Soulbound on. So I'm presuming that's got Ender.io Soulbound, and that has got Ars Magica Soulbound. So I might have to re-enchant these if we pull that. Anyway, right, so I was going to start doing the runic enchanting on these, but Christ, it's expensive, isn't it? Look at this stuff. The first level there took 16 of each. The 5th level, 256. So, I mean, potentially is easy enough, that's coal. Precantatio is easy enough, that's netherwort. Tutorman, easy enough, that's 256 cows I need to kill. So I need to work on getting an automated cow farm set up so I can do this. It also needs diamonds, which I have none. I have run out of diamonds, I've used them all, so I need to go mining for diamonds. So I can't really do that. One thing I'm going to do real quickly is I'm going to change what I'm wearing in my next slot. I'm wearing this Pyroclast pendant, which just protects me from fire and nothing else. And I don't need to be protected from fire that much that I need to have that on, I think. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I've got some quartz there. I'm going to put it around a coal block, and that does nothing. Why you do nothing? Quartz on a coal block. I thought you did something for me. Damn it, tinkering. Smoky quartz, workbench, charcoal. That's why you do nothing. Okay then, so I got some charcoal and I combined it with the quartz to make some of this stuff, smoky quartz. I just did it upstairs because it worked right up there. So what I can do now then, with smoky quartz, a gas tier and a blaze powder, was that it? No, it's a nitor. We've got a nitor. Yep, excellent. I don't know why I thought that was a blaze powder. Did I want a blaze powder for something else? I don't think so. So, 4 of these. I think I've got the aspects in for this. Gas tier. Yeah, I've definitely got the aspects in for this. I just it's been about 10 minutes and I've started to forget stuff already. And what goes in the middle? What goes in the middle? Ender pearl. Excellent. So what this is going to do is I can wear this in my neck slot and it'll stop me from things like withering and stuff. I'm not sure if it does fire. It does poison and stuff like that. And at some point in the future I shall be upgrading. I shall be making an item that can repair this for me. Because currently it's going to take damage when it heals me of stuff. It also heals me of the wither with the warp effects, which is the other reason why I want it. So if you look at the, let's stand in it anyway, might as well. If you look at this, it will remove some effects stemming from the warp and extreme durability cost. So it's going to wear down. In the future, once I've got again, diamonds is killing me at the minute. I'm struggling for diamonds with everything. I can make this thing, Thaumaturge Restorer, and we feed that instrumentum, which is if I turn flint into it, essentially. And I can have this thing, I can put it in there and repair it. It can also repair other stuff in there that's not normally repairable. But, there we go. I've got a lovely talisman of remedium. So that's going to go on there. Now, the next thing I want to do, let's come upstairs. So that power class is still useful, but I'm not going to be carrying it. I do want to make a sigil of elemental affinity, but again, I'm struggling for diamonds. Well, if we're looking here, I've got all the bits there ready for that. I've made an air sigil. I have made a water sigil. It also needs a lava sigil, a fire sigil, and the fire one. Lava sigil? It's called lava sigil, isn't it? Yeah. That one there, easy enough, but it needs a lava crystal, of which I need another one for one of my furnaces. It needs a diamond, so I need diamonds for that. So I can't make that yet, but that is what I'll be using for fire resist. Presuming that this thing around my neck don't give me it, what I'm going to grab at the minute is I'm going to grab them, because I've got a little build I want to put together with them guys in a minute. Not quite yet, so I'm going to do one more thing before that. I'm pretty much tooled up. I will do some of that runic stuff, but I've done enough infusion. Right, I'm flying because I can't tap the keyboard correctly. I will do some of that runic stuff. Add on to that. I'm going to get a cow farm sorted. What I want to quickly do is I want to show you something else that's pretty cool. And we need them and them. What I can do with these is if I throw these. No, I don't want to be in there. Where do these want to be? Do I need a conversion catalyst underneath it? Recipes, nether quartz, prismarine, alchemy catalyst. Right. I need an alchemy catalyst for this. Should be easy enough to make. Let's have a look at that. Alchemy catalyst, ruin stand, bit of gold, mana pearl. Right, I'll get that made. So that's the next thing I want to make. In fact, I'll make 2 of these because I'm going to also want that one, conjuration catalyst. So I'll get some element and pixie dust. So I'll make 2 alchemy catalysts and I'll get the element and pixie dust and I'll make a conjuration catalyst, and these will both come in very handy in the future. Okay then, I have got them 2 made, and I've got another couple of things here that I'm going to be using as well. So they're both useful in their own way, so I want both of them. Now, well, remember, Sice brought me a gift. He found some pirate archers out in the world, so he put them. He got me far too many. He got me about 20 in golden lassos. So I've got one that he's trying to get home. He got them from over there somewhere. I think he's trying to find his way home, that pirate archer. This one's nice and well behaved. He just stands there. Good for you, guy. And I've also got one up in the air. One up in the crow's nest. He's also trying to get on, bad luck a bit. But there we go, the pirate archers. What I'm going to do at some point is I want to get into ancient warfare and actually have working pirates on that ship so that they actually live in there and the patrol and stuff like that. But that is further down the line because I've got so much stuff to do. Right, what I've done here is I've got another couple of mana pools and I'm going to put one of these under each of these. So Alchemy Catalyst can go under that one. And Conjuration Catalyst can go under that one. Now of course these have got no mana in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a spark above both of these. Now at the minute nothing's going to happen with that because there's no dominant spark about, so that's the next thing I want to do. I've got another Pixie Dusk. You get a Pixie Dusk by throwing a mana pearl, which is an ender pearl, put in a mana pool. Throw a mana pearl through the elf portal. Combine that with mana steel ingot and a rune of fire, you get this guy, dominant spark. And what we can do with this is we can click it onto one of these sparks, and that is the one where the mana will go to. So what I can do is, so now I no longer have to move this. In fact I do, because you can't have a spark on the brewery, which is a shame. But what I can do now is, we actually want it on this one at the minute because we're going to be using the catalyst thing over there. So if you shift right click with your wand, it pops the dominant spark augment back off. Put it on there. What you'll see is this guy's going to send him all his mana real quick. It's much quicker than messing around with mana spreaders. So what I can do now is if I throw that nether quartz in there, there we go, I have got 8 prismarine shards, which is what I was after. And now if I take the old dominant spark back off, we'll put it back on here because this is like my main use one. Not that it needs to be, he's not getting fed from anywhere. This, by the way, the enchanting of this stuff drained all 3 of my mana rings, which I need to upgrade to the better versions. I need to get some more terra steel. It drained all 3 of these dry and what was in the pool, but then because I've not been on for like a day and a half maybe, well no, because I've not actually used mana in maybe 2 or 3 days, these 2 guys over here were both full. So each one of them is like 2 mana rings. So a mana ring is half a mana pool. So I managed to fill all 3 mana rings back up and the pool, which is pretty cool. So this is all off cake still. This is well, cake and that stuff. So I've not actually had to use much. I've not actually had to throw any more cake in to get any of this done. Which is really nice. I'm going to throw some in a minute though, because the next thing I'm going to do is, I can't believe I've got a mana crafting table up here. I'm not really feeling this thing. I like it. It's not a bad thing, but right, what did I want to do here then? So tainted. What we're doing here is making a couple of necklaces, pendants, let's call them. Manly, yeah. So yeah, I need mana diamonds as well. So let's grab a couple of mana diamonds out of the chest. That's why I've got no diamonds, because I made them onto mana diamonds. And in here then, so 2 of them. Some of them and 2 gas tiers. Going to get with 2 of these. If you hold shift, it says they're not infused. As you can see, these I'm making to use occasionally because they drain a lot of mana. Because they're essentially giving you a potion all the time, but it actually uses the mana that it'd take to make that potion. So what we're doing, not a potion, a brew. So instead of putting a vial on here, you put your infused thing. So instead of putting one of them on, that's the 6 flask one. You put that on there, then you just put your normal recipe stuff on. So let's go with nether wart, gas tier, and glowstone dust. And now what we want to do is I do have to move the eye. I do actually have to move this damn thing. I get so used to using sparks, I get real angry when when you can't put a spark on something. Not real angry, you know. There, and there we go. So that's going to send there. And that is going to turn that one into a pendant of regen. So now, whenever I'm around and about, I mean, actually, as it happens, I've got in my bag here, I've got some brews anyway. I've got 3 charges of strength left. I've got 4 charges of healer, I've got 3 charges of regen, so I'll probably try and use them up first just to clear my bag. But what this is going to do for me is, you can see it takes quite a bit of mana. That will be going down, it's just not updating. It's not going down very quick, is it? Come on, slow ass thing. Back in a sec. Well, that took a lot longer than I expected it to. I have actually had time to make another Elven Mana Spreader. Elven Mana Spreaders are just using the Elemental Ingot, which is of course Mana Steel again for the portal. We will be upgrading these to these as soon as possible, but I do need to get Gaia Spirits. We should be fighting a Gaia Spirit very soon. I think I'm at the level where I can probably take one on and be alright, especially now I've got these. So what these do is if we press shift now, we have got a Brew of Revitalization, a regen 2 on it. Sorry, a Tainted Blood Pendant of Revitalization, and 1 of Vigor. So if I have to swap that out for that, you'll see I've got a regen effect on me, and because I've got my mana mirror, it's feeding me from that pool. It does go down pretty quick. You need to have a kind of robust mana setup, which I have not got yet. So I won't be using them. I'll be using them sparingly for now. I'll be leaving in that on most of the time for now. But it's just nice to have regen on you all the time if you need it, or strength on you all the time if you need it, of course. I do like strength 2 really makes a difference in fights against withers and stuff. I think with a bound blade and strength 2 you hit for about 70 odd a hit, which is not to be sniffed at, is it? Right, last thing I want to do in this episode is I've been struggling since the start of this series with getting obsidian. I've been manually mining it with my Mana Steel pickaxe. It's been really getting on my nerves. If you look in here, you'll see I've got 21 stacks, and that's because I made a little setup yesterday that I've pulled down again, just so I want to make it on camera, and I'm going to make it again over here. So what I want to do is, shall I make it over here? Yeah, let's have it over here. I'm actually going to come down. I should work towards a better pick soon. I think I'm going to go with the Terror Shatterer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here. Now this is a Bloodstone ritual, a Blood Magic ritual, but it's one with a bit of a twist because it's from the Sangomancy add-on, and it's called the Vulcanos Phrygius. And I've got my ritual stones yet, so yeah, there we go, excellent. And there we go. So that's, of course, that there is a 7 of the Nether, and this would be, if these were down and there wasn't there, then this would be the water one. But it's like the water one's slightly raised, and what this does, instead of creating lava or water, if we activate this, boom, creates 4 blocks of obsidian for each time. Very cool. So with a wrench, and these 4 terrain smashers that I've made, nice and straightforward thermal expansion recipe there. I'll put them down, and currently my my blood magic LP production of them 3 witches isn't really enough to keep up with this. Now, are they configured? I don't want that one on. That one's alright. That one's alright. That one's alright. So that hasn't brought them because there must already have one in there, right? So I want that one. It's finding the right bloody size now, isn't it? Last one I tried, of course it is. So all these feed into the middle is what I want. God damn it. I bet every one it's the last one I try. So hey, it wasn't the last one, it was the second to last one. And that one is going to be that. Is that going to be that one? No. That one? No. Hooray! So they're all facing inwards. That's cool. And then what I need is out of here. I need my dolly. Pick that guy up and drop that in there. And why are you no work? Because I disabled them all. Because it was killing my LP network. And as you can see there, that is going up at a nice rapid pace. We're getting 4 obsidian every second or so. So normally I do this with a magma crucible and stuff, add it onto the thermal expansion machines that are all buried under there. But this is a magicy way of doing it. It's very cool. It's going to be loads. It's going to fill up that barrel nice and quick. So, with 3 witches, I'll probably get half a barrel's worth before I have to stop the ritual and let it replenish a bit. Is it all safely lit in here? No, it's not, is it? Let's while I'm in here. Hello, look at that, hidden behind there. It's magic beans. That is, I've not set it back up yet, but I want to B-space that barrel to go with. B-space that barrel to go into the base next to the XP obelisk, and just so I can put XP straight into the obelisk rather than messing around with it in berry farm. Right, so there we go. That is the end of the episode. Let's have a quick check of what we've done in here. So in here we've got our advanced node stabilizer. We've not done the transducer yet because I'm still growing the node. Ritual redstone control, I'm not going to do that yet because Automage, we've still got some issues with the redstone staying on when it went to turn off, so I'm not going to do that yet, but that's still going to stay in there. Extra utilities mob farm, nice and easy with the fans, the open blocks fans, and the extra utilities iron spikes. I've done that. I've not done the farm barrels, need to get on with that. Not done a cake factory, really need to get on with that. We've done the Volcanos Frigilis, and one last thing, Smash Cinnabar. I was running a little bit low on Cinnabar for my Formcraft stuff. If you put Cinnabar through a pulverizer, which is what I made a pulverizer for, you get this Smash Cinnabar, and you get 2 for each one. So Cinnabar raw, normally you only get 1 Quicksilver. So as if I pressed U again. So anyway, Smash Cinnabar, you get 2 from a Cinnabar raw, and with that you can get 2 of the Quicksilver for every Cinnabar ore rather than 1 Quicksilver, because of course that goes into look at that, fell through the floor a bit, because that goes into the annihilation cores and stuff for the Thaumaturge energistic stuff. Right, I reckon next episode I've got all my gear, my armours sorted. I'm going to do a bit of that runic stuff off camera. I need to start up in my weapons, I think. Well, no, I don't. I need to start up in my wands. I need a crafting wand. I need for my crafting table down there. I need to get a V relay to feed that from the energized node once it's energized. So that I reckon will be the next episode. I hope you join me for that. I hope you enjoyed this one. Cheers. Bye.